What's going on, everyone? You're listening to Bull Central here. Hope you're all doing well. So guys, I've been noticing that my videos, which focus on Bulls updates around training camp and practices, they've actually performed much better than some of my other videos where I talk about predictions for the season or just other historical topics on the Bulls. And it got me thinking, what do you guys prefer to see for my videos so I can structure my uploads accordingly? I'll likely put out a poll on this to all my subscribers on YouTube, but let me know in the comments in general what types of videos you prefer to see. After all, I make this content for you guys and not for myself, although it is fun making these videos and discussing Bulls basketball with you all. And with that, my last video, which I'll link here, didn't really get a lot of exposure, and this one is a little bit different in where I talk about the Last Dance documentary and its impact on the Bulls free agency in 2021. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that. Go check that one out. Also, just a reminder, I am hosting a giveaway where I'll be drawing a name from one of my subscribers through a random generator. This is for a chance to win a $50 gift card to the NBAstore.com. I will be closing the drawing once I reach 1,000 subscribers, which at the time of this recording, we're about 50 away or so. And no, I am not affiliated with the NBA Store, nor are they sponsoring this video. I wish they were. No, this is just a thank you to all of my subscribers and your support of the channel. But anyway, for today's video, back by popular demand, we are doing another round of reacting to Chicago Bulls hot takes, in which I feature takes that have been made by fans on social media or friends of mine in person. Some of them are even comments that I've seen on my videos. I've done this twice before, so I'll link those videos here as well. But to get us kicked off, here is hot take number one. The Bulls are going to get Giannis next summer via free agency, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Okay, so first off, I've commented about this before, but I think there is no way Giannis does not sign the Supermax with the Bucks. He's not walking away from a guaranteed $70 million over the course of a 5-year deal to go sign with a different team. Now, what I think could happen is if he becomes really unhappy during the course of his deal, he could sign the Supermax, but then also demand a trade if they don't build around him. But let's say, for argument's sake, Giannis doesn't sign the extension with the Bucks, which he still has a couple weeks to do, and we should be finding out soon whether he does or not. Let's say he becomes an unrestricted free agent next summer. I highly doubt the Bulls are at the top of his list for organizations he's looking to switch to, unless the Bulls somehow extremely overperform and exceed expectations this season. I'm talking like they finish top 4 in the East, which I don't think is going to happen. The fact of the matter is, Giannis is 26. He's at the peak of his prime, and he's going to want to go to a team that can win a title now to make the most use of his prime years, and the Bulls simply aren't there yet. And they won't be there next year either. Of course, I would love to be proven wrong in this scenario, but I really think us getting Giannis is more like a less than 1% chance of happening at this point. Okay, hot take number 2. Lauri Markkanen is a bust and will continue to decline before he's out of the league in a few short years. Okay, so I saw this from a Knicks fan on Twitter, and first of all, how about a little bit of self-awareness coming from a Knicks fan, the biggest laughing stock of the entire NBA in the biggest market, a team that has essentially wasted 20 years of lottery picks and nothing to show for it. And second, look, Lauri had a down season last year. We all know that, and even he himself has taken blame for it, despite the awful coaching, that didn't utilize him properly. But to say he's a bust and will be out of the league in a few years, I mean, this is probably one of the biggest hot takes that I've seen recently that was just made for shock value. To define someone as a bust, means that you really have to greatly underperform based on your draft position and the hyper expectations coming into the league. And maybe people forget, but in Lauri's rookie season, he was looking to be one of the best in this draft. The players that were drafted before Lauri were Markelle Fultz, who is not a better player than Markkanen, Lonzo Ball, who we can argue he's been a bust because of all the hype surrounding him coming out of college, Jason Tatum, who obviously at this point is the best player in that draft, and I think even he was in his rookie season as well. Then you have Josh Jackson, who last year was playing in the G League. You have De'Aaron Fox, who is a great player, and I actually expect him to be a future All-Star. He's really shown up very well in these last couple seasons. And then finally, Jonathan Isaac, who has started showing some promise, and I think, he'll be a decent big man in this league, but nothing, like star potential or anything like that. And then there's Lauri. He was the next one that was drafted. Lauri's 23 years old. He had one mediocre season on a bad team that was poorly coached, and all of a sudden you think he's a bust and will be out of the league soon? Look, all I gotta say is leave it to Knicks fans to come up with these takes. For the record, I think Lauri is going to have a resurgence, and he'll be back to what we saw, if not better, from his first 2 seasons. And finally, hot take number 3. Yes, I'm only doing 3 this time as I don't want to make these videos drag on. But hot take number 3, the Chicago Bulls will be contending for a title in 2 to 3 years. Oof. I mean, obviously I would love for this to be the case, but I think that's too soon, guys. I mean, sure, a lot can happen in the next 2 to 3 years. We could see breakouts from some of the recent draft picks like Kobe White or Patrick Williams that really propel this Bulls team even further. You could see Levine turning into that superstar and franchise player that some Bulls fans still see him having the potential to be. And then, of course, the Bulls still have an outside chance at landing a big-name free agent in 2021 when they have a ton of cap space. But 2 to 3 years is just too soon in my view. I would say this is very unlikely. I think it's going to take a little longer to develop this young core. These guys have a lot of talent and potential, don't get me wrong, but they're still very young. Lauri is 23, Wendell is 21, Kobe is 20, and Patrick Williams is 19. It takes time to build a team to championship contention, even with a lot of talent. I know Rose won an MVP when he was 22, but things like that are incredibly rare, and even with Rose winning the MVP, the Bulls still were not ready to contend for a title when they were faced against vets like LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. As much as it hurts me to say that, but we weren't. Anyway, those are the takes that I have for you guys today. Let me know what you think in the comments. And actually, if you guys have any takes of your own that you'd like to share, that you've seen or you've heard, let me know, and I'll start including some of those in my reaction videos to hot takes. As always, be sure to subscribe if you're a Bulls fan, and I will catch you guys in the next one.